with that out of the way, good luck, have fun, everybody. You still have a little bit of time left to put your bets in between Shift and Evo. We are getting started right now. Top départ! Flash 2 getting the whole shot with a 5.363 at the first checkpoint. Let's try to get a little bit of perspective from one of the Evo members, that being Josh right now, which we saw driving a 0.201 during the warm-up before this game started here on Danger to Manifold. He will be taking the lead away from Flash 2 and actually pull away quite significantly from the rest of the field. Not quite. He's still got a very angry-looking Flash Tube and even angrier-looking Asegolka right here in second and third place. Flash Tube getting ahead of his teammate quite significantly here, and the only man to kind of like put a challenge against the supremacy of Josh, but he's alone in this particular fight unless there's inertia, maybe try to back him up. He's moved up to P4 at the expense of Ainyas. He needs to move ahead of Asegolka if he has to guarantee Evo the point no matter what. Josh, Flash Tube, Asegolka, and inertia will be the point for Team Shift. The 0.323 is a stonking time indeed, but it's not enough to stem the flow. A 2.35 will do the trick, especially considering the retirement of, it seems like, Snixto. Yes, Snixto is nowhere to be seen of the line. It is a 1-0 to kick things off. First blood for Team Shift. Who are you rooting for? We impartial. We impartial, Sylvester. I'm not rooting for any team specifically. Flash Tube and Ainyas this time getting a really solid start. Josh, the first of the Evo boys, in third place. Asegolka and Inertia in P4 and P5. Snixto once again having a little bit of trouble there. He's way far down, very low on the ground. That was almost too low. So he will be pretty far down. Forced to watch that battle from afar as Josh is just mixing it up with the big boys. Flash 2 going a little bit high at the exit of that wall ride. As we're moving on to this little turnover section, Flash 2 getting reeled in slowly but surely by Josh as Ainyas and Asegolka ensure third and fourth ahead of Inertia. Inertia right here actually getting ahead of Asegolka, so this could be very good if someone could actually make it through into 5th or 6th place. It's not going to be the case for Team Evo. It's still a stonking time for Josh. Actually, there's only 4 players left at the line. It is going to be a draw. A retirement from Asegolka coming on at the worst possible time at the very last sector, the last few blocks. And that is going to prevent Shift from continuing to pressing on their advantage that they had so far. It's still 1-0 as we head into round number 3 from the perspective of Flash Tube right now through said tube. Oh, that is barely a tiny clip from Flash Tube, but it's enough to do the damage, and he will be out of this round. He's down to last place. He needs his teammates Ainyas and Asegolka to pick up the pace right there and try to do something about Josh, but right now Ainyas got swallowed by Inertia, who himself is trying to get a little bit of work done here on Asegolka to try and soften him up to make an attack for 3rd place or 2nd place even viable. It's going to be up to 2nd place right now for Inertia at the end of the turnover right now as Josh is completely unstoppable. A 1-2 is more than enough for Team Evo to get their first point on the board. What's the time going to be for Josh? Another 0.3. Consistent 0.3s all around so far for Josh. 0.348 this time. Inertia is there to back him up to get the 1-2 needed. Ainyas in 3rd, Flash Tube in P4, and those are going to be your runners at the finish line. 1-1 for Evo, who get on the board. Chasing around with Snixto right now at the bottom of the field, but he's lost quite significant time here. He will be, 3/10 down. That's already quite a tough task to actually recuperate, unless there's quite a bit of shenanigans up ahead, as we're going to be following along with Inertia, as we see Asegolka teleporting a tiny bit here and there. Josh, in the meantime, again, consolidating his lead up front. Flash Tube 1.5 tenths down, not really able to have any answer to the pace of Josh at the moment, who's continuing to just sail away into the distance right now. Flash Tube and Asegolka 2nd and 3rd. With Ainyas in 5th, this could be a good point going for Team Shift, going a little bit more of a long haul game right here. Josh might be taking the honors with a 0.234 at the line for the leading driver, the top fragger for Team Evo, but in the end it is Team Shift with a 2.35 that is going to be coming away with the points advantage. 2-1 then for Team Shift, thus retaking the lead that they had at the end of the opening round. So yeah, you can see Inertia doing his best to try and back up Josh, but yeah, not that much consistency, especially on the part of Sniksto, who's been having a lot of trouble. Only a single point to the name of the Norwegian driver from Evo, whereas the least valuable player, quote-unquote, from Shift in the person of Asagolka is currently sitting at 8 points, so a much more consistent point-scoring experience across the board for Team Shift, who are making a bit more of a solid footing into the lead of this particular matchup, and Josh has completely flunked it, and he's out of the running. He's went too low, and with a little bit of a transition, a little bit of twisting transition there up the wall, he got flung off of the map really, really hard, and we're down to a 2-on-3 here for Evo. It's FlashTube and Ainyas first and second, pretty much locking out that point for Team Shift, allowing themselves to take a little bit of a room for breathing here on the point standings. Point 493 for the round winner, that being FlashTube. It is a 3-1 scoreline for now at the end of round number 5. As I missed the start of the round because, again, connection pulling a heart attack momento. Ainyas going a really, really good entry into the tube right now, and he will be leading ahead of Josh into the split of the first sector, following along with his teammate Inertia right now. Both teaming this together. They got Asagolka hot on their tails, though. FlashTube in P5. Where's Sniksto at? Sniksto is way too far down. He's in P6. Following along with FlashTube at the bottom end of the field right now. Ainyas, Inertia, Josh. Josh a little bit on the back foot so far. Inertia and Ainyas, this is going to be the battle to follow for the lead of the race as we're moving on their perspective through the turnover. Inertia, a bit more speed compared to Ainyas, moving up into the lead of the race. This could at the very least be a draw for Team Evo, and the Sniksto is able to actually come across the line, but actually we have lost Josh in the action as well. A single driver made it to the line, that being Inertia for Team Evo, and that is going to be very much devastating. 2-3-4 for Team Shift, 4-1. They are past the halfway point already in this opening map. As we're moving on to map number 7, round number 7, and already a mistake from someone from Team Shift, I think it was. Yes, Asagolka barely grazed the pole on the inside, and that is going to be him out of the running. 2-on-3 now for Team Shift versus Team Evo, and we know that it can be a little bit hard to pull off when you're on a numerical disadvantage like this, but we've seen it also pulled off before, so never say never for Team Shift, but they're gonna need some shenanigans to happen on the side of Team Evo. But right now it's Josh back up front where he wants to be. FlashTube in second position, doing his best to try and keep tabs with the Englishman, but it's really, really tough work to do actually that particular amount of work and keeping that amount of speed through there, as FlashTube is going to be running out of options there to get ahead of Josh for the lead, and that's going to be meaning the win for Team Evo this time around. Josh clocking in a .278, dipping into the .2s yet again for the Englishman from Team Evo. 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be more than enough with a 1-3 in favor of Team Evo. 10-8, I think it was, at the end of this round. Second point on the board for Evo at the end of that round. Moving on to round number 8 then. FlashTube and Josh, almost identical split times just before the end of the first sector, but Josh will be getting a much better exit from the turnover / wall ride to move into the lead at the end of said first sector. FlashTube, Asagolka, and Ainyas are where they needed to be though in second, third, and fourth, although Ainyas is getting overwhelmed by Inertia for fourth position. Let's try to go along with the American driver from Team Evo. He's going to be remotely following the battle for the top 3 positions. Josh and his teammate in the meantime just completely checking out up front. FlashTube and Asagolka deciding to tandem this together. Let's see where Ainyas is at and where Sniksto at. Sniksto has retired, so it will be the point for Team Shift with positions staying like this up until the bitter end. 2-3-5. .351 is a good time individually, but Inertia ran out of steam a little bit too early in the round to be able to kind of reverse the pendulum and get it to swing back their way, and that is going to mean 5-2 for Team Shift. Oh, that's a Team Evo guy, and it looks like it is going to be Asagolka out of the race. Very early on, star crash like we saw on the match versus Exile Red a little bit earlier on. Josh, Ainyas, and Inertia, 1, 2, and 3. FlashTube, Sniksto, 4, 5. Let's try to get a perspective from someone else. Sniksto, oh, Sniksto's way too far down. Let's go back to FlashTube's perspective, who's going to give us a better view of what's going on up ahead. Josh, Ineas, Inertia, still in that particular order as we move on to the wall right through the loop turnover. Flash Tube going very close to the outside wall, but so much more speed compared to Inertia. Moving up into third place. This could be good for Team Shift. Watch out as Josh gets reeled in slowly but surely. Look at Flash Tube's ending. Is it going to be enough? No, it's too little too late. Josh still wins with a 0.451. Is Snick still at the line? Yes, it is. And Evo, thanks to their numerical advantage, will be getting their third point on the board on this opening map, 5-3. Asagoka's retirement early on has proven to be very, very costly here on that round. As we move to round number 10, and this time it's the Snicksto's turn to crash at the start. And this is pretty much going to be a death sentence for the Norwegian. Not even able to cross the proper speed check at the beginning. And so we're down to a 2-on-3 for Team Evo. Not exactly the ideal condition to try and follow up and continue momentum building. As we see, along with Flash Tube, that Josh and Inertia are giving it all they can to try and reverse the steam their way once again. But Flash Tube has got a really, really supreme middle sector, so he moves up into the lead of the race, just up ahead of Josh and Inertia, who are trying to fight back into the second sector. This could be very dangerous right now for Team Shift, especially considering the retirement of Ineas. It seems like it's a 2-on-2. They need to try and force a draw on, but it's not going to be happening. Inertia in third place is still looking very, very poised to say that third place, and Josh winning individually means that Evo are back to a single point of a deficit between themselves and Shift, 5-4. And what was a strong start for Team Shift is starting to dwindle away slowly but surely. We might even go onto tennis mode earlier than I would have anticipated it here on this semi-final. Following along with Inertia for the start, currently in the middle of the field, battling for third place along with Flash Tube. Josh trying to streak away from everybody else as we move on to the end of the first sector. Ineas continuing to try and keep tabs on the Englishman, as Inertia has a bit more better speed compared to Flash Tube at the downhill exit from that wall right turnover. Oh, huge crash from Ineas, and that is going to be doing Shift in at the moment. They're going to be kicking their heads in, even though Asagoka is moving ahead of Inertia for second position. And we also see Flash Tube resurging for the challenge for third as well, trying to depose Inertia. There it is from his particular pressing. It's all down to Snick still, though, to make it to the finish line. Josh will be taking the win for sure with a 0.321. And Snick still will take the ever so important 2 points that are needed to separate them from Team Shift. With an 11-9 score, Evo even out the gap that they had versus Shift, 5-5. They have climbed back the mountain, and thus it's all to play for. We could still very much see tennis mode if we head onto a 6-6. Snick still a pretty bad start. He's down in 6th place. Oh, but now one of the carries from Team Evo is also out, with Josh having completely misjudged the entry. Didn't get the proper slide, so he really slowed down dramatically. And we're down to a single player even, as Inertia is also completely out of this. He's retired. So Flash Tube, Ineas, and Asagoka got the chance to bounce back when they needed the most, due to the trials and tribulations of others, and they're the only ones left on this Earth, aside from Snicksto, who's way far down, as you could see a little bit further up ahead. Flash Tube will take the individual win ahead of Ineas by about a 10th, 4 tenths down. Then we find Asagoka, 0.357, and AAA is going the way of Team Shift. Once again, the first one in this semi-final, 6-5 for Team Shift. This is where the rubber meets the road now for Team Shift. They need to get this win absolutely imperatively. Otherwise, it will be the first tennis mode of potentially many that could ensue if Team Evo retaliates. Josh trying to make that scenario happen, moving up ahead of Ineas and Flash Tube. Asagoka in P3, Inertia P4. We're following along with the American right there. Also see Flash Asagoka just up ahead, actually demoting Inertia to P5. Snick still in 6th, way far down, 2 tenths down actually. You can see it from the perspective of the Norwegian. Do we have any crashes there? It doesn't seem like it. Moving back onto the perspective of Inertia right now. Moving up to 4th. Actually, this could be very, very dangerous for Team Shift. And actually, Ineas getting overrun by Inertia for third place as long as Snixto finishes. But where is he? Snixto is still in the race. This could be very, very bad news bears. And it is going to be bad news bears for Team Shift as Snixto crosses the line in 6th position with a .280 being driven by Josh. Tennis mode is enabled. You see it on the bottom left of the screen. We go until one of the two teams has a 2-point lead over the other. Start of round 14 then, the first tennis mode round right now. Josh getting a pretty solid lead, but look at the group up front of Inertia, though we see Ineas getting a little bit hairy there, did not get the proper lineup, so that allows the American to move up into P4. Watch out there! Woohoo! Squeaky bum time, but Flash 2 is also really, really slow. Could that fit the Snixto? Yes, it does! Josh in first, Inertia, Snixto fourth and fifth. This could be the one to take the lead here for Team Evo for the first time in this semi-final, as Asegulka and Ineas are all left to try and do the heavy lifting right here, but it's going to be all too late. Josh winning with a .248, continuing to be on the roll with the times, and it's going to be 7-6 for Evo, who take the lead, but we still got one more round to go for them, because remember, 2 points of a lead are needed to bag the map. Ineas getting a solid start on the loop, along with his teammate Flash Tube. Josh in hot pursuit in P3. Inertia P4, Asegulka P5. Where is Snixto at? Snixto in P6, although a little bit far behind. He's gonna have to prey on mistakes. Oh, yeah, teleport from Asegulka made me think he actually crashed out, but it was not the case. Everybody just skipping over the road as they try to initiate SDs. Flash Tube managing to continue leading. Ineas versus Josh for the benefit of second position. We could very well continue tennis mode in this first map. We might be heading this way as Josh does not really have an answer for Flash Tube, and especially the Shift boys seems to have been getting their act together over the course of this round. Asegulka and Ineas in third and fourth are going to be ensuring that placing. .368 for Flash Tube winning individually. 134 for Team Shift mean they even the score out to a 7-7. Jeepers indeed. Second tennis mode inbound. We could be here a while, boys. We could be here a while. Oh, man. Weak moment. Come on. Come on. If the bunny hop is related to my connection, again, I can't do anything. Josh, in the meantime, getting a solid start, but yeah, his teammates are not really exactly there to back him up. Maybe Inertia can try to do something, but he's gonna have to move more than one position ahead because Flash Tube, Ineas, and Asegulka are still very much on the road to try and retake the lead and retaliate as much as they can, but Asegulka's crashed down very, very heavily there. Where is Asegulka at? Yeah, he's done. This is going to be the point going for Team Evo, who once again have some match point in their hands. .341 for Josh at the end of that particular map. Or particular round, rather. Flash Tube, Ineas, second and third, but Evo, Inertia in P4, and Snixto in P5. 8-7 for Team Evo. This is the second attempt for them to try and close out both their and Shift's map pick. Josh getting a solid start right now. Emerging slightly ahead of Flash Tube and Ineas, taking the lead at the end of the first sector split by a 0.5 of a second. Flash Tube and Ineas don't really have any answer to that. It's going to be all down to Asegulka for Team Shift as Ineas goes for too much airtime and he's crashed out very heavily. And that's going to be an instant retirement. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we might be heading to the end of our first sub-match right there. Josh, Flash Tube, Inertia, 1, 2, 3, but look at Asegulka continuing to fight for dear life as Snixto is completely out of it as well. This could be a draw if Asegulka manages to make it ahead. He moves ahead of Inertia for third place, just a few corners before the finish line, a .280 for Josh. But ultimately, Inertia cannot fight back in a timely manner. 48 thousandths of a second of a gap between himself and Asegolka. Shift desperately clinging on. Asegolka coming in to save the day after the retirement from... well, no, it was Ainas or FlashTube coming into the retirement of Asegolka. No, that was Ainas who retired. I completely... See, my brain's starting to melt. FlashTube, Ainas, Josh regrouped together. Asegolka P4, Inertia 5th. Snick still a bit far down in P6. Let's try to follow along with the Norwegian for a bit. Yeah, you can see he's a little bit removed and remote from that fight. In the meantime, Inertia getting left behind by the rest of the field. And this could be very, very dangerous for Team Evo. We're going to be headed to another Team Tennis Mode moment as Ainas, FlashTube, and Asegolka, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are where they exactly need to be to deny yet another map for Team Evo. Josh might be winning individually with a time of 0.310, but that grouped finish within half a tenth for Team Shift means we get onto Tennis Mode number 3 on this opening map of the semifinal. Josh and FlashTube going head-to-head for the lead. Asegolka in P3 battling with Inertia and his teammate Ainas trying to back him up for 3rd position. And Snicksto a bit further behind, quite a bit further behind actually. 3.5 tenths down. Doesn't seem to be very comfortable on this map as it seems that we have Asegolka kind of falling back behind as we're moving with him. Yeah, he's way far down, and actually we've also lost Inertia in the process. So this could be very good for Team Shift as we also see FlashTube emerging ahead of Josh, managing to make the move stick. Ainas a bit further down than he would like to be to make an attack on the top fragger for this map. Look at this, 89 points for Josh, FlashTube 85. This is a battle of the titans right there as the camera is having spasm with my connection. Bouygues, s'il te plaît, par pitié, arrête d'avoir des crises cardiaques à chaque fois. 0.288 for the round win here by FlashTube, moving up to 2nd in the local time leaderboards. 9-8, this time advantage to Shift. Now they are on their first attempt to close out the map. Or rather their second attempt to close out the map because they were on 6-5, remember, a little bit earlier on today. Josh leading ahead of FlashTube. Ainas 3rd. Inertia in P4, Snicksto in P5. Oh, crashes all around. And we are down to a single player on Team Evo versus 2 for Team Shift. We've had a retirement from Asegolka. Actually, Snicksto is still in the fight. I'm kind of, I take back what I said. I thought Snicksto had retired a little bit earlier on, but no. It's only Asegolka and Josh who have been completely demolished. Actually, Snicksto is out. Snicksto is indeed out of the running. It's a 2-on-1. And at the end of a really attrition-riddled race, we have the time of a 0.206 being driven by FlashTube. And it is the GG for Team Shift at the end of the 3rd tennis mode. It is going to be a score of 10-8 for Team Shift, taking the first sub-match at the end of a really, really tough fight, though. That could have really easily gone the way of Team Evo. As, yeah, you would have had quite the payout there if you bid for Team Evo, but unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be for 1 round only. And that's going to mean Shift get the majority of their stake back. There it is. Shift has taken map 1 for themselves. Now we're going to be reducing the prediction time to 5 minutes, so you gotta be quick if you want to actually get your predictions in this time for sub-match number 2. And yeah, 5 minutes prediction. We're going to be moving on to, of course, reflections from Entrylag and Westcombe. So, once again, credits can be used, or channel points can be used in order to make your predictions. And hello to the players, well, to the raiders from the Vielleicht stream. I hope you had a good stream, my guy. I hope everything went well. Vinke to all the raiders. Vinke Tomak. Vinke 5 sticks, or sticks rather. I say 5 sticks, but no, it's sticks. Okay, good discovery, Snicks. Good round practice. Alright, so we are going to be seeing some driver changes. Moose and Def in. Asegolka and Ainas out. And on the side of Evo, Inertia and Snicksto out. Chroma and Curl in. reWals Gold 1 over reWals Purple. Well, it didn't really surprise me, to be fair. But second map. Okay, second map about to start. Oh, okay. Well, that's the second map about to start right now. reWals Gold 1. Did they win 3-0 already? That was a very, very expeditive victory, isn't it? If that's the case, then wow. Wow. Okay, shift ready. Let's see if both of the Evo guys are ready. Chroma, Curl, Josh will be, as it looks like, the starting lineup. Okay, this is the last warm-up round that we're currently seeing. Oh, no warm-up round being seen here. It's go straight into the action. We had the hell of a tennis match. Yeah, indeed, we had the hell of a tennis match. Oh, they won 2-0. They didn't win. They didn't play the third sub match. Okay, fair enough. That's the first time I hear this actually happen. So there you go. The more you know. Either way, it's currently 1-0 for Team Shift, who won 10-8 after like a hell of a tennis mode that we had going on. Now we're moving on to the second sub match. Then on reflections, again, starting lineups: FlashTube, Moose, and Dave for Team Shift on the purple side, and on the red side for Team Evo, we've got Josh, Curl, and Chroma. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck, have fun, may the best man win. You still got a few minutes to make your predictions in the chat as to who will win that sub match. And already a huge crash from FlashTube. Unfortunately for Team Shift, this is not going to serve their cause. Dave a little bit far down, does not get the smoothest of transition here, so he's going to be losing a lot more time, leaving Moose the only man left to mix it up with the guys in the front. And so far, it looks like Evo has got a pretty solid head start, even though Curl is under threat for Moose, who overtakes him for third position. Josh and Chroma are checking out. They're gone up ahead, as, yeah, Moose is really not in a position to make any kind of comeback whatsoever. We're going to be following along with Moose still for now, as he gives us a bit of a distance overview compared to what's happening with Josh and Chroma. Half a second, actually. This is way too far. Josh overtaking Chroma for the lead at the very end. Does not get the smoothest of transitions, though, allowing Chroma to catch back up, but still a .767 being driven by Josh ahead of a .784 for Chroma, and a 1-2 is enough to do the job. First blood on this map for Team Evo, 1-0. Oh, Switch just drove the online WR? Okay. Wow. Oh, huge crash. Huge crash. Who was that? That was one of the... I think it was one of the Evo... No, Chroma is still there. That was one of the Shift guys. Moose is there. Yeah, I think FlashTube might be dead. And Dave is also quite slow. Switch drove .8 consistently and then went for .6. Okay, and we have Curl is still there, Chroma's still there, so Josh is dead. The carry from the previous map is way far down, but given that there's still like 3 players from Evo compared to 2 from Shift on the track, then it will still be the point unless there's some other shenanigans. Moose is falling out of favor in the battle for the lead, so Curl and Chroma are guaranteeing the point for Team Evo once again. It's a 2-0 with Chroma sniping Curl at the line, not quite for 0.004 of a second. .882 versus a .886. Dave, the only man from Team Shift to actually go for the line, as Moose was looking very slow, and it looks as though that slowness impeded him in one of the speed checks that were littering the map, so unfortunately for him, could not come across the finish line. Following along with Chroma for the wall ride. Oh, huge flip! Huge flip from Curl. Curl is out. He is dead. Chroma, in the meantime, taking away the lead from Josh, his teammate. They're trying to tandem this together. In the meantime, FlashTube, oh, he's putting a little bit too much angle, isn't he? He's scrumming up too much speed. He's falling back down to P5 at the moment. They could still enforce a drive. One of the Shift members moves ahead of Josh for second position. Right now, actually, Moose has made a challenge for the lead, so this could be a good situation to be in for Team Shift, as they could be sitting a 1-4-5 right now. Where is Josh at? I'm trying to find Josh. Josh is right there. Actually, Chroma trying to make a challenge versus Moose. This could be Bad News Bears. It is Bad News Bears getting sniped right at the last second. Moose cannot challenge anymore. 0.755, 0.777, and 0.787. Great race, though, between these top three, but it will be the point for Team Evo as a result of this. No prisoners taken, 3-0 out of 3 rounds. Oh, and one crash already from one of the Shift players. That is going to be Moose. Well, Moose and Flash Tube are still there. It's going to be Dave. Dave is dead. Whoa, look at the speed from Josh at this sector. The end of this first sector after the turnover right there. This is very, very good for Team Evo. Moose is right there to try and back up his teammate, but they also have Chroma following them like their trail. Man, Josh just pulling away. And Chroma having deposed both Flash Tube and Moose. So it could be the first AA ace of the day here for Team Evo. Chroma sitting pretty in 3rd position, but even prettier is going to be Josh in the lead. I'm kind of wanting to see what the time is going to be for Josh. 0.370. Dropping a hell of a nuclear bomb right there, my man, on this match. 0.516. I say hell of a nuclear bomb in terms of match pace, but still, my God. He's decided that he's not fucking around, for a lack of a better term. Now, do we have any casualties to report? Doesn't seem like it. Dave is still in. Yep, Dave is still in. That was one of the early casualties from the previous round. The Czech driver from Team Shift, although a little bit on the back foot, and we have a crash from Josh. Josh, the huge bomb that he dropped was preceded by his own death caused by said bomb, so that is going to be him out of the running, and that's going to be huge advantage numerically speaking. Well, I say numerically speaking, Josh is still on the track, but they got much better positions right now for Team Shift, unless Kurl moves ahead of Flash Tube, and all of a sudden, a salvageable situation is turning into a very desperate one, even though Flash Tube is trying to come back in it and trying to challenge Kurl for 2nd place, but he's going to be running out of road. Just one wall right to go, and the jump into the finish line. Chroma wins very handily with a 0.171. Kurl, 8 tenths down, nothing to do, and that is a 1-2 to gift the 5-0 for Team Evo. What a time by Chroma. Breh. Cromer doing very good. Following along with Dave. He's right there with Moose at the back end. P5, P6. Flash Tube a little bit of a shaky entry at the transition. Oh, huge crash from Josh once again. 2 rounds in a row getting the victim of the pole right there. And that's forced him into instant retirement. So we're down to a 2-on-3 effectively for Team Evo, but we know that they were able to pull it off. They've pulled it off last time around in the previous round, so Team Shift very aware right now as, yeah, they can just see Kurl and Chroma just trying to scamper off into the distance as, yeah, they're just wanting to get another point going for themselves no matter what. Chroma, Kurl, 1st and 2nd separated by 2 tenths. What's the time going to be for Chroma? The time is going to be a 0.218 still. Actually, huge crash! Huge crash from Kurl! What happened to Kurl? He did not reach the line. Shift gets the point. What on earth? Huge crash, but I completely miss it. Like, this is basically a Lance Stroll Monaco moment, you know? Okay, let's try to see if Dave is still there. Yeah, Dave is still there. Just a little bit further behind in P6. Following along with him, seeing if there's going to be another crash behind. Josh makes it unscathed so far. This could be a very, very big death machine that's going to be getting the ball rolling for Evo. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. They're regrouped with about a 10th of a second. Then Moose gets completely checked out. Let's see if we can actually follow the perspective of the Englishman as he tries to keep up the pace with the Evo boys, managing to keep himself at a reasonable driving distance right now. Although he cannot really contest the potential AA ace coming the way of Team Evo. Josh, Kurl, Chroma, what's the time going to be for Josh? It's going to be a 0.184, another 0.1 being driven What a way to pick up your 6th point on this map. 6-1. It is sub-match point here for Evo. Oh, IEM finals on the second screen. What's the score right now, actually, for IEM? I know G2, like, actually won the first map, and then we had the retaliation on, like, a second map, but I don't really know the scores right now. Anyway, Moose currently sitting in P5. Dave a little bit further behind. Again, a little bit of a sluggish start, maybe, for Dave, who's not really too comfortable here on Reflections, as my connection is not really feeling too comfortable either on this particular time slot. 2-1 in maps, okay. Josh, Curl, Chroma, again. 1, 2, 3, actually, Chroma second, Curl in P3 for G2, okay. FlashTube and Moose, 4th and 5th. FlashTube looking a little bit closer than Moose, what he was in the previous round. Oh, Curl, that was a really, really sideways entry, so that will not be, the very least, the AAAs consecutively for Team Evo, but still, Josh and Chroma are way too far ahead to do anything about their advantage. They will be guaranteeing the 7-1 and the map going the way of Team Evo. GG 7-1 scoreline. Josh winning this round ahead of Chroma, FlashTube, Moose, Curl, and Dave complete the runners. And thus, 1 for Shift, 1 for Evo. It's all down to Blutich's line check map, Bayana, to decide who will go to the grand final of the FullSpeed Masters Season 2. And it seems as though, ladies and gentlemen, that someone has lost a ton of points. Actually, 59-41. 12.8k were bet for Evo, and yeah, Evo has really raised the bar. There it is, Evo getting the win on the track and also in the prediction race, and we are going to be getting set for our final Gamba of the day. Sub-match 3, still 5 minutes of a prediction. Shift versus Evo. 3, 2, 1. 5 minutes from now on in order to get the predictions in for that third and final sub-match, which determines who goes to the grand final alongside reWals Gold. And in the meantime, thank you very much. Free to play is my hobby for the follow. Very much appreciated, guy. Okay, I'm assuming it's reWals Gold. I might be talking to my ass here. I'm scheduled to go over to girlfriend soon as soon as my cast is over. No, but how could I with this in IEM? Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, I didn't see. Hold on. This guy was meant to play DTM? Like the DTM series? Or is it like the, like something, is it like something else I'm not getting? What's DTM? What does DTM mean here? Oh, Danger to Manifold. Okay, got it. It is gold, yeah, okay. Okay, Silas was meant to play Danger to Manifold, but he forgot. Okay, that's that's an XDD moment. Okay. Yeah, I was like, DTM, wait, like Deutsche Tool and Wagenbusters? But no, then it kind of clicked that it was Danger to Manifold. Okay, so Silas up in, Kerbal out, and in the meantime, Asigoka and Anyas in place of FlashTube and Dave. What is this Gamba flip this round? Wow, yeah, that's a huge Gamba flip this round. You prepared as always. Let me just try to get the record real quick on Bayana. Okay, Cornell driving a 0.1. Not too shabby, like 3/10 away. Okay, prepared as always, said Sinas, I think. Yep. 2 minutes ago, I knew we had a match this week. Prepared as always. Okay, maybe restart after this round. We have to wait until someone retires until it is... Okay, fine by Evo. Might be fine by Shift as well. Man, my connection will be glad it is the last map because it's... because, yeah, she's like, yeah, it's gotta be over at some point. I'm gonna have to try and file a complaint for not getting access to fiber fast enough for my activity because this is getting insane. I hope you don't mind me ranting about my connection issues. I hope you don't really get affected by those too much. I know there's going to be a little bit of buffering on your side because of this, but Rest assured, it's not you, it's me, and I can't really do anything about it. Never attach feelings to Gamba, yeah. Who played Danger to Manifold for Evo instead of Sinos? It was Snix, though, I think? I wonder if it was Snix, though, or if it was... yeah, I think it was Snix, though. Yeah, Snix, though, was basically full discovery. Because Inertia and... well, Josh was a carry. Inertia was actually going pretty good. Just flying cars? Yeah, flying cars, but I can't do anything about those flying cars lonely, unfortunately. But, yeah. Here we go, then. Final sub match of the day. 1-1 between Shift and Evo. It's down to Bayana to determine who joins reWals Gold in the grand final for FullSpeed Masters. First to 7 wins, but tennis mode is enabled. In case of a 6-6, we have to play until at least a team gets 2 points of a lead or more. Make sure to use the emotes that you can have available as a follower. Here they are for this match. There's still the Exile Red emote available, but yeah, I forgot to disable it in the middle of the break as I was trying, basically eating quiche. Just getting a little bit of sustenance before coming back to the cast. Good luck, have fun, everybody. May the best team win. It's either a shot at the title or a shot at 3rd place that's being decided right now. Here we go. Following along with Chroma, having a bit of a slow start. So far, it's Moose and Josh going toe-to-toe for the lead of the race. Ainyas and Asagoka, 3rd and 4th, Chroma in P5 as we go into the tube. Bit better speed compared to Ainyas for Chroma. Moving up to P4, and a huge crash right there from Flash Tube. And a huge crash from Chroma, followed by that, and huge retirements coming in. It's a 1-2 for Team Evo. Ainyas and Asagoka cannot really do anything about it. Actually, it's just Ainyas left alone. Asagoka is way too far down. That round has been decapitated very, very quickly in the 2nd sector, as Josh and Sina Sapal are just going to be running away with it now. Following along with Sinas, the Dutchman, fellow caster colleague with whom I had the pleasure of, well, I don't think we cast like TMGL Combine at one point, but we did do the TMGL weekly show, of course. During 2021, it was always a pleasure to do. 0.4, 0.3 is being driven so far, and it's going to be the first point for Team Evo. And Ainyas, oh, Ainyas and Moose are dead. Shift is in big trouble now. Josh and Chroma neck and neck, along with Asagoka as well. Sina Sapper 2/10 down. There's the perspective of Sinas desperately trying to follow along. Moving ahead, we had 2 retirements in the form of Flash Tube and Ainyas. Well, Moose and Ainyas, rather. Asagoka. Oh, huge clip from Josh, and see ya. We're down to a 2-on-1, and Sinas' position could be crucial if Chroma has a little bit of a blunder. But so far, so good for the Chromer, and he's going to be potentially taking the individual win to guarantee the point for Team... Oh, no! I spoke too soon, and there's still 1 player for Team Shift left in the fight. Where is Moose? Moose is not retired. I capped really hard. I capped so hard. I did not think that Moose was still in the fight. But that is going to be enough for Team Shift to get their first point on the board. Chromo decided to channel his inner Terry Grant and go for a barrel roll James Bond style. Ooh, Sinas, that was a really bad airtime, and it's going to be costing him dearly. Yep. The Dutchman is going to be quite far down, about a second down compared to his teammate Josh, currently leading the charge. And you see the 3 Shift boys very briefly regroup within each other's ghost. But this time Asagoka will get left behind in the loop. Ainyas as well. Chroma stalling himself in 3rd. Oh, huge crash from Josh behind. F for the round leader so far. And it's all down to potentially Chroma. Where is Sinas at? Sinas is way far down. Chroma gets overtaken by Moose very temporarily for 2nd place. Or 1st place, rather. But right now, Team Shift are in a very favorable position as Moose is trying his best to catch up to Chroma, but they don't really need to push it too hard. Just a 5-4-3, like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th would be more than enough for the moment here. as long as they reach the finish line. Chroma will be taking to the line and taking the individual win with a .230. Moose second, Anyas third, Asagulka in P4. And thus, Shift take the all-important lead here. 2-1. Ooh, a little bit of a clip of the right rear there before the guardrail from Anyas. Not the most ideal thing, not exactly what you want to do here on such a high-stake match. Chroma, Sinas, Moose, Asagulka, and Josh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that order. Sinas falling back down a little bit. Asagulka managing to move up into second place very temporarily before the tube. And now Chroma getting railed in. This is getting very, very dicey now. Let's try to follow the perspective of Sinas, shall we? Actually, a bit too far down. Oh, Chroma's dead! I'm glad we haven't switched POV because that was a huge death from Chroma. But actually, we've also lost, it seems as though we've lost Anyas as well. Anyas still on the track in P5. This is going to be very, very important for Team Shift here to keep positions as they are. And not let Sinas Apple come back if they want to continue piling on their advantage. Of course, it's bad news bears for Evo. Josh getting reeled in as well by Asagulka just before the turnover right there. Where is Anyas? Let's try to follow Anyas. Josh completely messes up the finish. And Asagulka and Moose get promoted to a 1-2. Third for Sinas, fourth for Anyas. That is pain for Josh. He will be able to get to the finish line with a little bit of a back tap right there. Skateboard style. 3-1 for Shift, who are getting close to the halfway point of that map. Sinas currently getting a pretty early lead on this round. Sector 1, he's going to be leading the charge as Josh and Chroma are following in hot pursuit. Moose, Asagulka, and Anyas, 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's going to be up to Moose to try and make a little bit of a dent onto the advantage of Team Evo, but it's not going to be easy as, yeah, I can't seem to find the Englishman so far. Yeah, there he is, Moose, and actually he's a little bit slower compared to the rest of the field. Actually, Asagulka on a ripper, look at that! The absolute rocket ship making work as he moves up to 3rd place, but it's still not enough for the German player. He needs to go for a little bit more. He actually gets ahead of Sinas for 2nd place. Can he actually take the challenge to Chroma? This is going to be very, very dicey right now for Asagulka. He's going to run out of the road a little bit too quickly. A 2-3 could have been enough, but unfortunately we have lost Anyas. He was not able to catch up to Sinas Apple way too early, so Evo does get a point on the board, allowing the gap to be reduced to a single point, 3-2. I can't do anything, Hayabusa. I've said it many, many times. Dave has already played on map 2. Dre, I'm with you. Yeah. Sinas getting a pretty solid start, but now it's Moose taking over the lead from Sinas, and now his teammates trying to back him up. As Asagulka continues to challenge for Team Shift. This could be very, very good right now. He needs to get on the move right now. He moves up to 2nd temporarily, but look at Chromac biting back, and Josh also riding in the wings right there to move up into 3rd place. This is going to be very, very dangerous. Chroma getting hungry for more, challenging the lead for Moose right now. Coming up to the final sector, Moose falling back down. It's all up to Asagulka now, but actually, he doesn't really need to push that hard because there's only 2 or even 1 Evo player left on the track, as both Josh and Chroma, both Josh and Sinas have retired. 2, 3, 4 for Team Shift. 2 points ahead. As of this round, 4-2. We're past the halfway point. This is dangerous now for Evo. This is getting a little bit too close for comfort. Following along with Asagulka for now at the bottom end of the field. 1/10 down. Currently it's Sinas leading the lead group with Moose, Josh, and Chroma completing it. Asagulka and Anyas a little bit far removed. As we're going to be following along with the perspective of the leader, Sinas Apple. Moose in close pursuit behind him. Let's see if we can actually follow someone else. Josh battling for P3. in P2 even, as he gets rid of Moose and actually goes ahead of his teammate for the lead of the race. And actually, Moose also deposed Sinas Apple from that second position. So Sinas having a little bit of a tough time right now in the middle sector, gets overtaken by almost everybody. Asigoko, that was a little bit shaky right there. Watch out, but actually we seem to have lost Asigoko. Well, Asigoko is there, Moose and Ainas is way back then in P6. This could still be good for Team Evo, especially with Chroma coming up as a second place. Sinas Apple making it potentially an AA ace to the line. And indeed, Sinas Apple, no, does not make it. He actually took the pillar with the left-hand side, allowing Asigoko to move up into third place to dislodge him from the rest of his teammates, but not enough to stem the tide. 4-3, Evo continued to cling on. Oh, Sinas, that was a bit of a bonk there at the top of the CP. And a huge crash from one of the Shift members. That is Ainas that we saw in the space of 2 seconds. Moose, Josh, Asigolka, Chroma, first, second, third, and fourth. Sinas in P5. And it seems like there is still... No, we're down to 2 players. Ainas has retired, maybe cannot make it through a speed check. So Evo on a forcing position, but you still have to be careful because we do have a very feisty Asigolka, although Moose is a little bit too far down to make kind of impact whatsoever. You can see he needs to actually move up 2 positions to actually get onto the board there for potentially Team Shift, but look at Chroma looking a little bit too wide. Same for Josh. Look at the speed for Moose. This could be all or nothing for Team Shift. Look at the speed! The speed for Moose, who moves up to P2 just when he needs to. 0.203 for Asigolka as well. Great time. And Shift continue to hold on to their lead. 5-3. The speed! Okay, Moose at the tail end of the field right now does not get the best start of all the people and of all the world, all things considered. Let's try to move up to see Ainas. Oh, we have someone who's dead. Someone's dead. Who was that? We have Chroma. Oh, we lost Josh. Josh is dead. Josh is dead, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be very, very spicy now for both Chroma and Sinas Apple. They can still enforce the draw or take the win. Look at Asigolka looking very, very slow now, allowing Chroma to zip through into second position. Asigolka manages to keep it on the road, but now it's going to take a mighty comeback. Ainas maybe trying to step up to the plate at this particular moment, but Chroma has decided to depose his teammate of the lead and try to secure at the very least a draw, or maybe even a point there for Team Evo, continuing to pile on the pressure for Team Shift. As Ainas and Asigolka are going to be running out of road. Actually, Sinas Apple getting overwhelmed for second place by Asigolka to the line, but it's not going to be enough to prevent Team Evo from getting the point that they needed. 5-4 at the end of that race, and a great round actually for second through fourth, separated by just 0.03 of a second. Very, very close racing all around as we're moving on to our 10th round here on Bayana into double-digit realm, and we have one of the players from Team Shift who's completely flunked it, and that might be out of the running for Asigolka, one of the key players, the top fragger on this map. 40 points is out of contention for the big points, the 9 positions, and that could be a boulevard opening up for Team Evo. But watch out, we've got Ainas, who does not really think of it this way and wants to continue denying big points for Team Evo, as my connection is completely spasming up. Please hold on for dear life. And yeah, I lost connection. I think I'm just going to be completely dead. There it is. We're back on running. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to say Ainas doesn't really think of it this way, but he got deposed of first position. He's down to fourth. It's all down to him to try and force him a draw against Team Evo, but he's continuing to lose positions in time, hand over fist, as Josh and Chroma second and third, and Ainas will be clipping at the edge of the wall. And that is going to be meaning, oh, actually Moose winning ahead of Josh, Chroma in P3, Sinas in P4. Yeah, 2-3-4 is more than enough. It's going to be the end of the round. 5-5 for Evo, and big sorry. I just want to yeet the fucking router out the freaking window, man. This is unacceptable at this point. Sorry about that, guys. Either way, 5-5. We could still be getting tennis mode, and Ainas completely messes up the transfer at the start. Transition not well taken. Chroma, Sinas Apple going toe-to-toe Moose trying to get himself a little bit of a word in edgewise in third place. Asagulka down to fourth. And a huge F for Asagulka. Yeah, that's instant retirement for sure. No speed whatsoever as he crossed the checkpoint. Ineos is way too far down. Evo might be onto a huge opportunity here for a shot at the grand final. Chroma and Sinas, 1 to 3. Moose right in the middle, but he's all alone to uphold the honor for Team Shift. And it will not be enough to stem the tide that is going to be coming his way. Chroma will be taking the round win with a time of 0.337. Moose second. Sinas and Josh third and fourth. Map point and match point for Team Evo. 6 to 5. Win or bust for Shift. Checkers or wreckers, all or nothing. It's time for Asagulka, Ineos, and Moose to get their act together. And it seems as though we might have been losing someone. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to preach too soon, but that might be all she wrote. Unless Moose and Asagulka can pull off an absolute mammoth job of catching up to Chroma and Josh and overtaking them, but this is just looking increasingly unlikely. Sinas is down to 5th position at the moment. Josh and Chroma are tandeming this together. They're hand in hand. They're going to try to remain hand in hand for the rest of this entire round. Asagulka trying to move up the leaderboard, trying to get a little bit of a word in edgewise, maybe trying to depose Josh from that 2nd position, but I don't think it will matter all that much as we're getting close to 9 p.m. here. Paris time, top of the hour soon to be ringing. Chroma and Josh still looking very much feisty. 20 seconds past 59, and it is the GG with a .181 and a 1-2 for Josh and Chroma. Evo thus join reWals Gold in the grand final of the FullSpeed Masters 2nd season. Shift